Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel or welcome to the channel. Today we're back inside the fish room and I have some updates to share with you all regarding my setups. There's a lot to talk about, so let's go sit down and have a chat and check out these aquariums. Alrighty, you're all set. Let's grab our chair. So, I hope everyone had a great holiday season. I sure did. I went on a holiday with my family and when I got back, I had a pretty big problem. When I film my aquariums, I usually don't have a top on them. So often I get comments like, don't your fish ever jump out? Well, when I don't film, I do have some tops on there. On the side tanks, I have these ugly plastic things that they bend and they look really awful. Maybe you've seen it in previous videos. And on the middle tank, I have a Red Sea cover, which isn't made for this aquarium, but it does the job. Or so I thought, because when I got back, I noticed something very small laying on the floor. Upon taking a closer look, I noticed it was one of the new fish that we recently added to the aquarium that had jumped out. Now the net cover has a very small gap in the back of the aquarium, because normally that's where your overflow box would be, which leads to the sump down below, but I don't have any of that. And one of the blennies actually managed to jump out from that hole, jump to the front, fall off, and unfortunately it passed away there. So that's very unfortunate. So I really have to get some custom made lids for all these tanks in this new year, 2024. So if you have any recommendations to where I can get them, I want something not completely closed up, but maybe the sides just with some acrylic and then a net cover in the middle with some compartments for the cables and maybe the mangroves as well. 2023 was a great year for my reef tanks. Bulk Reef Supply gave me the opportunity to upgrade all the lighting on all my aquariums to Ecotech Radiant XR15 G6 Pros and to upgrade the flow pumps inside the aquariums to either Ecotech or Aqua Illumination. I also had the opportunity to turn these dosing systems from Jabao pumps to Ecotech Versas, which are considered to be one of the most insane dosing stations you can get for a saltwater aquarium. So I'm really excited about that, super thankful. I also added this very nice sign made by Aquatic Dreams to my fish room, which it really adds to the room itself, fitting there nicely. I put a spotlight on there because without it, it just looks black. And with the spotlight, it actually has this very cool copper finish to it. I really like it. Last month you saw I added a few new fish to this saltwater aquarium. One tail spot blenny over there and a few chromis damselfish, as well as a royal grandma, which it is always hiding underneath there. Then I also added a few new soft corals to the soft coral focused aquarium. And I plan on turning the other 20-gallon aquarium into an SPS only aquarium. Now some people didn't really know what SPS corals are exactly, so let me show you a few. Now this right here, it's called a Montipora. This one is also Montipora. Those are SPS corals. Now this right here, it doesn't have a skeleton, neither does this one. They are called soft corals. These are also soft corals, they don't have a skeleton, but these over here, they all have a skeleton and are considered LPS corals. Now I have a few more SPS corals in here, like the Acropora species, another Montipora, more Montipora, Acropora, and even more Montiporas. And they are usually considered to be one of the hardest species or hardest types of coral you can keep inside a saltwater aquarium, because they require stable water parameters, good lighting, good flow, so it's going to be really challenging, but I'm up for a challenge. So this year it's finally happening. I also have this beautiful plant, and behind of it I have this 6-gallon shallow reef tank from Reef Casa. So we're also going to be setting that one up this month. And then finally, in March 2023, we finally hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel. I've been making videos since 2015, and last year we finally did it. So here's the silver play button that I received from YouTube. You can actually see me and of course see the aquariums down below. It's just really awesome. One day I hope to put the silver play button down here and a golden play button up there. Enough about that. I think it's time to go check out these aquariums and see what's going on inside them and what plans I have for them this year. Here we have the 20-gallon soft coral focused aquarium. None of these corals have a skeleton base, and I also have a few macroalgae in there, and I really like the look of it. It looks super natural, and it's just super duper easy. There's not even a dosing pump on here. It's just the flow pump, a heater, and the lighting. That's it. Nothing else. Super easy to take care of. You can let it get dirty as you want, because soft corals need nutrients, or just mess, to grow and be healthy. This year I plan on adding a few more soft corals, maybe some zoanthids. I have them in my frag tank, I'll show them in a minute. And I want to get rid of all these aptasia pests. They are right over here. They are actually anemones, and as you can see, they are growing everywhere, so they are a pest inside this aquarium. Now I want to create a few videos regarding them and show you different ways on how you can get rid of them, and we'll go and check out which one of these methods works best. Now the Nemos or clownfish in this aquarium are well over 12 years old. I think they are in the range of 12 to 15 years, so they're pretty old, but they can get much older than that. They're super cool. The biggest one of the two is the female, and this one is the male clownfish. I really hope I can breed them in here one day. That would be super cool. From the soft coral tank we move over to the 40-gallon mixed reef tank that's been set up for well over 3 years now. It is looking amazing, but there's room for improvement. Of course, there's always room for improvement. Now, I recently moved these mangrove trees from the right side of the tank to the left side because, as you can see, there is a ton of algae growing on the roots of them. Now, my thoughts were that if they were right in front of the flow pump, which I've turned down by a lot for filming, the fish just wouldn't go and eat the algae off of there because they would just get knocked out of the way by the flow. So I decided to put them here for a few weeks and just see if they take care of it. The tail spot plenty. Let me see if it's somewhere. Nope, hiding, of course. Whenever I'm not filming, it's always swimming somewhere, and when I get the camera, it just hides. But that one is an algae eater, and I hope it gets rid of it. Looks like it's getting less, but I can't keep them there for too long because they need a lot of flow flowing through their roots, so they just grow better and get their nutrients from the water. Now all these corals are growing in nicely, but I'm having some trouble with these green mushrooms. As you can see, they are growing really close to the acropora, and it's actually irritating the acropora so much that it's starting to die off. So I have to either cut them away or introduce something that either eats them, or maybe I have to remove the acropora, but I really don't want to because these will take over the entire reef if I don't do anything about them. Same thing goes for the pulsating xenia that I have right in the middle of the screen. They look a little bit like ugly flowers. I had a ton of them right here, but I cut them all away. There are a few polyps left, but that method seemed to have worked, so I need to get rid of that clump over there. There's some down here and more over here. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. This one and this one, it's a much bigger mistake. The Palitoas, they are one of the most poisonous corals out there, and they're a pain to get rid of. I will probably try and get rid of this by just cutting them away, but with extreme precautions, of course. I also have to find a spot on the reef for all these coral frags over here. I recently reintroduced this Space Invader chalice, one of my favorite corals out there. I had it in there for quite a while, but it was time to move back because actually it was getting damaged. You can see here right below, if the camera wants to focus, over there you can see the skeleton came through. And there's also some skeleton showing over there. Let me zoom in. But now that I've moved it to this aquarium, it seems to have slowly started healing again. So I'm really glad it didn't die. One of the fish, or maybe a hermit crab, actually knocked down a piece of Montipora over here. So I'll probably need to get rid of it because otherwise it would just die. Now, the frag tank, we actually have a big problem. Well, it is not really that big of a problem, but it's super annoying. As you can see, all these small spots on the glass, they are actually worms. I had them in the 40 gallon as well when I just started out. Let me see if I can focus on them. Nope. They are super duper small. You can see one right here. I had them in the 40 gallon when I started out, and eventually they just went away, I guess. And now I have the same problem here. They aren't really that harmful, but they can start irritating corals if there are a ton of them. And that can cause the coral to close up. Let me see. You can see the zoanthids. Some are closed up, and if that goes on for too long, it can actually starve the coral to death. So I will probably have to dip all these corals and just take this aquarium down and turn it into the SPS coral tank. Finally. I've been saying it for so long, but this year is the year. I have some pretty cool species in this aquarium, such as this elegance coral, a ton of zoanthids, more of that ugly palitoa that I probably should just throw in the garbage bin, some Euphilia, a torch, a hammer coral, or not sure if it's a hammer coral. It looks like it, but it has longer tentacles, a Cephastrea, Favia, some mushrooms, more mushrooms, Clavularia in different colors, some Montiporas. I'm not sure what this, I think this is a Hypnopora, more Montipora, a small chalice, and this big, I believe it's called a cactus coral. It's also very big. It came from the 40 gallon actually. Let me put the chair away. And it was sitting right here when I started out this aquarium, but it got too big, started irritating other corals. A lot of coral warfare going on, so I had to move it to that tank for the time being. And I don't think I have any room for this in my 40 gallon ever again. It's also not suitable for the soft coral aquarium because it's not a soft coral, it's an LPS coral. And that is going to be an SPS coral tank. So maybe I have to set up more tanks, right? Well, I have 3 over there, 1 over there, and my bed over here. And actually, we got something new. Now, one of my New Year's resolutions was to not buy coral this year, or at least stay away from the fish stores for as long as possible. But this morning, I already failed that resolution. I just sat down here and right in the middle of the screen, you probably can't even see it. Let me turn on the flash. There we go, maybe you can see it right now. Oh, it went into hiding right in the middle of the screen. There's a very small nanofish in there that I put in there, I think 2 years ago or something. It's super small, I never really see it. Sometimes it just pops out of the rock, like now. And not a lot of people actually knew I have that in there, because I didn't show it on camera, ever, I think. Now this morning I saw an ad online, and they were offering one of my Holy Grail corals. You know, I love my chalice corals, especially the Space Invader, and I recently added 2 high-end Bugatti chalices. They are super expensive and I spent way too much on them. And today I found another one of my corals that is high up on my wish list. So I couldn't resist and buy it because it was a great price. And I actually took home 2 more. Other corals, of course, but number 1, 2, and number 3. Saving the best for last, this is the Holy Grail coral. Let me show you. So I picked up 3 new corals, and the one I really wanted for a long time is in here. It's called an OG bounce mushroom. As you know, I love my mushrooms, and this one, it just looks amazing, and it was at a great price. It was actually 50% off, so that's amazing. And I couldn't resist to not buy it. So I guess the New Year's resolutions are for 2025. Because I already failed. As I told you earlier in this video, I have some green mushrooms over here, a ton of massive mushrooms over there, and a small mushroom garden down here. I also have a few in here that I want to add to the 40 gallon, but will have to go and dip and quarantine them because I don't want these pests to enter into this big tank ever again. But in here I have some orange mushrooms and some jawbreaker mushrooms. I actually got it from a fish store when I did a tour on them. Might try and link it. And I started off with the one in the front. It was super small. It probably doubled in size right now and it already had 3 babies. They need to color up a lot more because jawbreakers usually have these very bright red spots all over them, and these don't have them yet. Now the one in the middle has a few of them, but they have to be much bigger. I got 2 more that I really liked. Let's see. This one, I believe it's called it's a very difficult name. I'll just put the text down here. It looks amazing. And the final one, he actually gave it to me for free and I have no idea what it is. So let's get them acclimated, dipped, and put them inside the aquarium. So this is coral number 1, the free one. I have no clue what this is. Maybe it's a... Nope, I really don't have any idea. So I'll just put it somewhere. Maybe we can put it on the frag rack as well. Yep. Barely any space for it, but it has to be there for now until we find a space for it. I have so many frags I need to glue on there and I'm already out of space and still I bought more. This is the other coral that I actually bought with the difficult name. I'll put it on the screen again, and that one I'll just have to put down there. See, the right side is up, so it'll be okay over there. For the time being, of course. I hope it won't take too long. Really have to start working on this tank. And here we have the coral I am most excited about. It's the OG bounce mushroom. The white things you see on there, they are called the bounce, I don't know, bounce balls on them. It looks amazing. I really hope it grows super fast and maybe it gets some babies because they are super expensive. And it would be great if we can sell some to other local hobbyists. So I put that one down a little bit more gently. It's right here in the mushroom garden. Now let me know if you have any other suggestions for some cool mushrooms I should add to the mushroom garden, or if you have any other ideas for the soft coral aquarium, the 40-gallon mixed reef tank, or the SPS coral tank, and of course, not to forget, the new 6-gallon Reef Casa aquarium. Stay tuned for that. I really hope you enjoyed this quick update, and I'm sorry to tell you that I already failed my New Year's resolutions. So be sure to stick around on the channel, hit the subscribe button, the like button, comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.